Dear Santa, I hope this letter finds you, Mrs. Claus, Rudolph and the reindeer all in good health and high spirits. This year, instead of socks or a new jumper, I thought I might ask for a few things our town of Youghal has been promised over the years, some for so long that even you might need to check your old ledgers. First on my list is a lovely new library, promised to the town for well over a decade now, and not a single brick laid yet. Nothing too fancy, Santa, just something along the lines of the beautiful new library Cork County Council delivered to Kinsale for Christmas. We'd be thrilled with that. Next, could you make it magically happen that Youghal finally gets a proper marina? It's only been talked about for over 30 years. The pontoon is lovely, don't get me wrong, but it's a little on the small side for all the talk and glossy plans. While you're working miracles, could you ensure that the long-awaited viewing platform at Mulgoggin's Corner at least starts for 2026? The town has been waiting longer than Mulgoggin herself, gazing out to sea, waiting for the sailor to return. And if you're passing by, could you give the iconic Youghal Lighthouse a fresh lick of white paint? The current dirty grey look doesn't quite do justice to one of our most photographed tourist attractions. If possible, could you also finish the second viewing platform promised at the 49 Steps near Old Pop Donovan's shop, which has been waiting patiently too? Santa, another small request. Could you make sure that the primary care hospital for St. Raphael's Centre is completed before I die? The years are passing quickly and the project seems to be ageing faster than I am. I would also dearly love to see the old ferry service restored across the Blackwater, so locals, tourists and cyclists alike can safely and easily venture over to the ferry point. Just a few hundred yards away, yet somehow a world apart. Speaking of cyclists, could you arrange for the Youghal Greenway trailhead to be finished and completed as promised near Clancy's Railway Bar and Restaurant? It would be wonderful if it matched the lovely clean finished stops in Killa, Mogeely, Castlemartyr and Middleton. I know it's a big ask, especially since 1 million was cut from the budget for the Youghal end. But if anyone can do it, Santa, it's you and your team. After all, the boys and girls of Youghal have behaved very well in recent years, certainly better than back in the days of the Merrill Dow debacle, when the American pharmaceutical plant never arrived in Killa, and the IDA seemed to wash its hands of Youghal ever since. Now that we're well and truly whipped back into shape, could you see if the IDA might come back to help us? I'd also love to see our fishermen fishing for salmon again on the Blackwater and Outer Harbour, with the quayside full of boats and the well-known generations of Youghal families back behind the oar. Santa, could you make sure that the Irish tricolour is once again proudly flying outside our town hall, especially on St. Patrick's Day, and perhaps every day? It would be lovely to see it flying again on the old flagpole on top of the Clock 8, as it once did, particularly as we seem to manage to fly every other flag in the world. And while you're at it, could you allow our beautiful Corpus Christi procession, the oldest in Ireland, to return to the main street, where the people can adore the Sacred Heart properly? Seeing as every other parade manages to use this route, it only seems fair. Thank you, Santa, for the early Christmas present of 250,000 under the Town Village Renewal Scheme for 2025 for works at the historic Clock 8. We truly appreciate it. But if you have a little magic, could you fix up the derelict buildings on either side of the Clock 8, open them again and give them a fresh coat of paint? Now, Santa, the next request is a very big one, but Christmas is about miracles. Could you reopen Gigi's nightclub, along with the Carpet Club and the Rugby Club, and while you're at it, Tom Annix's Motor Inn and the Cellar Bar too, just like the glory days of the 1980s and 1990s. With one extra wish, could you bring back the Youghal Carpet Factory, the Seafield Textiles, Blackwater Cottons, Power Products, Denison Dore and Kodak, all the places that once employed thousands and kept the town going? Could you make Youghal great again, and maybe even bigger than our close neighbours Middleton and Dungarvan, like it once was? But most of all, Santa, what I really want for Christmas is a lovely train set. The kind that goes round and stops at Killa, Mogeely, Middleton and Cork City. The same kind of set Middleton got, and Youghal didn't. If you could fix that, Santa, you truly make it a magical Christmas, not just for me, but for the people of Youghal. Thank you, Santa. Yours hopefully, Michael Hussey.
Well done, Mike.
No,
Absolutely
well
wonderful.
done, Mike. Come here. No wonder Santa didn't come to you with a bag like. Where would he put all
I
that
don't
stuff
know,
in his
but
bag?
even one or two. Oh, no.
One or two, yeah.
No, there's a PS. Santa, I nearly forgot. Could you also bring back the beautiful nativity scene that once decorated the church in St. Raphael's? It meant so much to the community over the years. And while you're there, could you please see to the reopening of St. Raphael's Church itself, so it can once again be a place of prayer, gathering and comfort to the people. And finally, Santa, in the true spirit of Christmas, reflection and goodwill, could you spare a thought for Irish teacher Enoch Burke and ensure that Christmas Day itself might be spent with family rather than behind prison walls? Christmas, after all, is a time for peace, compassion and hope. Thank you again, Santa, and I promise to leave out the mince pies.
Well done, Mike.
Well done, Mike. Well done indeed.
Well
There's an awful lot of food. Frank, isn't there an awful lot of
Food
food
for thought. Oh,
Is there an awful lot of food for thought there?
Certainly.
You know?
But I woke up this morning and none of them were there. But there was another PPS there, and I said, Santa, could you at least, if you can't fulfill any of these, could you please give a selection box to two of our most best broadcasters on CRY, Mr. Noel Cronin. And there's one arrived for you, dear. Noel Cronin, anchorman extraordinaire for Community Radio, Youghal. And to Mr. Frankie Keane. Happy Christmas, Frank, with your selection box.
There's no doubt about it.
So you got the Christmas has arrived.
You came with the goodies. You came with the goodies. Well, Mick, I sincerely hope that you get all that you wish for in that letter. Wouldn't it be absolutely
If
fabulous?
the town got some of it anyway,
we got
or
a small-
a sniff of it, wouldn't
portion of it.
Wouldn't it be good, Frank?
Yeah, a portion of it would be great.
Yeah, after all, the boys and girls have been very good. We're still waiting, lads. You know, just because the
We're
Cork
waiting
County
patiently.
councillors have their yachts down in Crosshaven, you know what I mean? Well, don't forget us here now, lads.
Exactly.
There's a pity
Mick-
you didn't mention about the councils coming back, Mike.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
another thing.
over
You
to
should
you there,
have
lads.
asked Santi for that to know.
Over to you, Frank.
Would you bring back the councils at all? You know. Listen, what he might do.
I saw
He might do it
Michael
next year.
Martin said that he would bring them back. By the way.
Certainly.
Oh, but listen, promises. There you are.
Well,
So
no,
promises.
happy Christmas to you.
The same to you,
Thank you,
Mick, and
Mike.
many of them, and thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for everything, Mike.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
Mike, we shall talk to you in the near future, and no doubt you'll be back with us again. And as I said there, again, happy Christmas to you and all of yours as well.